Hello students, welcome back to today's session from Shri Basva Public School, Ilkal. Children, as you all know that we have been discussing Unit 4, our body, and from that Chapter 1, a living marvel. We also have learnt about the bones, types of bones, joints and types of joints. So today in this session we shall learn about the muscles. So let's study about muscles and types of muscles. Our bones cannot move on their own. They have to be pulled. And the muscles pull the bones. Who pull? Muscles pull the bones and they are attached to the bones and help them to move. Muscles are attached to bones and help them to move. But all muscles do not pull bones. Some move on other parts of our body too. So we can open and close our eyelids easily because of our muscles. Even the muscles of our face help us to smile and laugh, etc. The walls of our heart is also made up of muscles. These muscles pump blood to all the parts of our body. Which muscle? The heart muscle pumps the blood to all the parts of our body. The walls of our stomach and intestine are made up of muscles only. They too are made up of muscles. So these muscles churn the food and push it forward. These muscles will grind and mix the food and push it forward. And our tongue is also made up of muscles. Only. With this, let's see the types of muscles. So there are two types of muscles. How many types of muscles are there? Two types of muscles. And that is, first one, voluntary muscles. What do you mean by voluntary muscles? These muscles help us to carry out actions at our will, with our wish. If we allow these parts to do any work, they will do. Okay, so these types of muscles we call as voluntary muscles. Examples like walking, eating, writing, etc. So these actions require some parts such as arms, eyelids, legs, etc. So these are considered as a voluntary muscles. Clear? So these are all examples for the voluntary muscles. Now the next type of muscle is opposite of voluntary muscle, and that is involuntary muscles. Examples like heart, stomach, intestine, these all will consider as involuntary muscles. Why? Because they will carry their work on their own. They will carry out their functions throughout. Continuously they will do their work, and we cannot will order these muscles to stop pumping or ask our stomach muscles to stop churning the food. The muscles of the stomach, heart, intestine all are considered as involuntary muscles. They will do their work involuntarily. Without our will, continuously their work goes on. Hence we call these kinds of muscles as involuntary muscles. So this is all about the types of muscles, that is voluntary and involuntary muscles. Now let's see the next topic, and that is taking care of bones and muscles. How we are going to take care of our bones and muscles? So let's see now. The use of muscles. The muscle give a shape to our body. Muscle will give the shape to our body. So to keep our muscles fit and fine, we should exercise regularly to strengthen our muscles. To give the more power and strength to our muscles, we should exercise regularly. Our posture is also very important. Like how we stand, walk and sit. This position also depends upon the growth of our muscles and bones. If you not sit or stand in a proper way, then it will create a problem to our body. Then having a balanced diet at proper times is very important. Having a balanced diet, it is also very important for the growth of muscles and bones. And our bones are made up of calcium and phosphorus. What are the things the bones are made up of? that is calcium and phosphorus. So from where we will get these things? Simple, we will get these calcium from the milk. So milk is rich in calcium, so having more milk, it is good for our bone. Then we will get plenty of minerals from the green vegetables. So we should, if you wanted to keep your bones and muscles fit and fine, then you should have green vegetables and milk. Even spending time outdoors is a good habit, as sunshine is rich in vitamin D. The sun rays contains vitamin D. It will help us to make our bones stronger and help us to avoid any skin diseases. So these are the way by which we can take care of our bones and muscles carefully. Next is the nervous system. The nervous system consists of brain, spinal cord and nerves that all controls the activity of our body. It will control all the activities of our body. In addition to skull, the space between skull and the brain is filled with a fluid, and this acts as a shock absorber. It acts as a shock absorber and protect the brain from the shock and jerks. It means it will protect, the fluid will protect the brain from any sudden sharp any movements. So it will protect the brain. The brain is responsible for sending messages to the muscles via nerve. Through the nerves, brain will send messages to the muscles. The brain controls all our sense organs too. It will control the sense organs too. The brain receives information through the nerves and then sent to the other parts of our body. So nerves are made up of fibers. They are made up of fibers. They are like telephone wires. Their structures are like telephone wires. The nerves from the head and neck join brain directly. The nerves from the head and neck, they are joined directly to the brain. Then the nerves from the other parts of the body join the spinal cord. Here the brain joins the spinal cord, then the nerves will also forms and start to join down from the brain, back of the body. So in this way the spinal cord have joined and connected to the brain. Now let's see the another system, and that is excretory system. So excretory system is a system in which the waste is thrown out from the body, either solid, liquid or gas. So we have already learned in digestive system that the large intestine throws out solid waste through anus. Through the anus, the solid waste is thrown out from the body. Then in respiratory system, we discovered how lungs throws out the gaseous waste like carbon dioxide gas and water vapors through the nose. Is it? So in the respiratory system, we throws out the gaseous waste from the body. And there is a system which will throws out liquid waste from the body. Now let us learn how liquid waste is thrown out from the body through the kidneys and the skin. The urinary system. The liquid waste produced in the body is carried to the kidneys by the blood vessels. It carried to the kidneys through the blood vessels. The urinary system consists of two kidneys which are bean shaped, and two ureters are tubes which carry the urine produced in the kidneys to the next part, and that is what? Urinary bladder. The third part is what? Urinary bladder. So urine passes out from the body through the urethra. The last part is urethra. Then the kidneys removes the waste product salt and water from the blood. Drop by drop, this liquid, that is urine, gets collected in the urinary bladder. When the urinary bladder is full, when it gets full, a sensation of urination is produced inside the urinary bladder. Then the urethra, which starts from the urinary bladder, carries the urine outside from the body. So the urine, which is actually 96% of water, is present in the urine. The skin. Our skin removes the liquid waste in the form of sweat. It is also removed the liquid waste in the form of sweat. The sweat is produced by a gland called as a sweat glands that is present under the skin. The sweat glands are coil-like structures. They are two coil-like structures. These tubes open on the surface of the skin through the sweat pores. The amount of waste given out by the skin is small, but it is mainly sweat which keeps our body temperature constant. Because of the sweat, our body temperature will be constant. Do you know, children, half liter of a sweat is produced in 24 hours under normal condition, even when we are not perspiring. How much? Half liter of sweat we will produce in normal condition of 24 hours. And 5 liters of sweat is produced by an active football player on hot sunny day. How much he will produce? 5 liters of sweat is produced. Now, we all have come to know that each system and each part of our body is very important for all of us. Okay students, this completes your chapter 1, A Living Marvel. And this is your homework. Look at the pictures of the joints, then complete the table. They have given some pictures. You have to identify the name of that joint. Then you have to write the location, the place where you will have this joint. Write it in your EVS homework